Right, we've got to go over the rickety bridge. Still standing. Here you, don't do anything silly, you've got to follow me. Right, I've got to keep an eye on these two. This is the spot I was on about. It used to be greener around here. It was a nice little circle of green. Right near the river. Got mountains. Got good sunshine and spots, so you could get the sun. And there was a plunge pool up there. Resting up there. Just had a couple of chocolate bars and a nice cool drink. Even though you put the chocolate bars in rear Ortlieb bags, and because they're black and they're coated, for some reason the chocolate don't get soft or don't even feel warm. Brilliant. Took Stella's jacket off because she was going to get warm. Temperatures, I'm saying, about 16, 17 at least. And they're a lovely spot. See, you could even have a fire here because you're not risking anything. Get some stones, make a little fire pit, and then throw the stones away after. Looks like someone's done something like that, but discarded the wood. Yeah, someone's had a fire down there. But yeah, perfect spot. One man, yeah. Two man, probably a bit lumpy now. Don't know, might squeeze it in somehow. Be awkward, but it's on the trail. It's right next to the trail. The trail's there, so you'd probably get some visitors as well every now and then. Right, in a minute we'll be branching off. As I say, there's a fork in the track. One way goes to Sowleys, which is about another 4 or 5 miles at least. And it's a lovely trail, but it's hard work if you're not used to trekking. And then we'll be going to the left. I've never been there. I don't know what I'm going to come across. I'm just resting the bike gently, and we'll be off again in a minute. And as I say, there's your plunge pool. I don't know if you can see. It's got to be a good 4 feet deep nearly now. Dead centre. It kind of goes down just like a swimming pool. Beautiful. So you could have a camp spot, which is there, fire pit safely, and then get rid of the stones and all that after. Plenty of wood around, and you've got a plunge pool. As I say, you are near a trail, so that's the only thing you'd have to put up with. But visitor wise, you probably get 1 or 2 people at the most through the day. Unless it's peak season, then you'll probably get a few more. Stella's in the plunge pool nearly. She's fine. Right, that's the picnic spot we're at. I carried on up there thinking it was further up, but I couldn't find no trail. But I looked over here and I saw the faintest of trails, but we should be on the other side by right. So I'm going to have a scout in a minute and see if there's a trail or track over there somewhere. And it should be going by that side, but I haven't seen it. Not from over there where we left the trail. So maybe the map's out of date. Right, come over a lovely stream. I mean, look at this for a pitch spot. Wow, you can pitch here. Maybe a bit curvy and lumpy. Maybe a spot there. Plenty of water. Been listening to jets flying overhead. Hope Russians ain't on the way with this Ukraine crisis. There have been some jets really flying over. I'm following this trail that should be on the... Oh, we have crossed the river. Now we're on the right side of the river. So that map was wrong. We were supposed to be on this side, but the map had us... sorry, the trail was on the left-hand side back there before we crossed the river. So the map was wrong. But never mind. We're going to follow this all the way. Comes to an opening, and then we're back out into the mountains and moorland as such. We've reached this point after coming through some of the hardest, boggiest terrain I've hit in a long time. The trail originally brought us the other side of that mound. So I parked the bike down the bottom, went over up top and out of view, realised the trail was taking us the wrong way. There is another very faint trail, but it's hardly been used. Look, no footprints, I don't think. Even stalking vehicles been out here this year. We go round and follow around there. How hard it's going to be, and if the bike can do it, we shall see. If it can, we'll keep pushing on. If not, we'll get as far as we can, or I'll scout as far as we can, and then we'll pitch for the night and then play it by ear from there. But hard with the bike. But I knew that anyway. I was just having fun. You never know unless you try. Wish me luck. Right, I'm on the iPhone, left the bike right down the bottom there. There's no way getting a bike up here, sadly. Wow, what a shame. It's very boggy up here, you can't pitch. It's just, you know what I mean, all the water's running off, so I'm looking for any ledges that are dry. Otherwise we're going to have to backtrack. Tried halfway and then I went, nah, this is getting worse. Good hiking, just the backpack. Rough going. Whew. Yeah, no way to get a bike up here. It'd be just, you'd be using so much energy. You'd be killing yourself. And then you'd make mistakes. I'll show you a bit further on how bad it is. So, just showed you up there. I've hiked up here. There's a drop down to where the bike is, beyond them trees. Yeah. Hiking yes, biking no. Shame. So come from down up there. We're still going down towards where the bike is. Look, trying to get the bike up here. I've got to be careful where I put my feet when talking to you. I mean, look. Getting a bike up there. Not a chance. You could, it'll kill you. My bike is somewhere down the bottom there. Down. I've got over there. I can walk down. I've just seen that. And everything's so lumpy, there's not even a flattish piece of ground to pitch on. And if there is, it's boggy. See, there's a spot there, but that's boggy. Oh, you can see the bike now. Here's the bike, dead centre. I am not getting that up there. I'd kill myself doing it. I tell you, it's hard enough hiking up here if you had a pack on, you know, a heavy pack. Day pack, yeah, a good workout. But, don't know what we're doing now, got to think. I'll get back to you on that when I get back to the bike. Hot, 2:30. I did seriously think about pitching somewhere here, but my main concern, even at this time of year, because it's been so hot today, I'm thinking, the midget's going to come out tonight and all the shelter is going to cause bugs to be around. I need some fresh air, just in case. Otherwise we could be blitzed. Because there has been a few about in the shade. So I think we should push back towards Achill, have a look at H Hill, and if we have to, stop at H Hill tonight, and then I can plan. The idea in my head was to push where we were going, pitch somewhere halfway, and then carry on the next day towards Loch Morar. But I can't do that. So we're coming backwards. So I think push back towards near H Hill, nip over H Hill, see if it's busy. If not, stop there. And then I can think during the evening where I'm going to go. Because I've got to think of something for the next 2 days. Right. Let me ponder on that one. You have a rest, Stella. Welcome to H Hill. Who would have thought I'd be here today? Just been getting some wood. Yeah, when I realised I'd have to turn back, I could have pitched where that picnic spot was, but it's all gravel. I could have pitched in amongst the woods, but there has been a few midges about, nothing serious, but we've had temperatures that are not usual for this time of year. I'm sure it's going to kick them off. How it dips tonight, temperature-wise, I don't think it's going to dip that much, but I'm cutting some wood just in case. And even so, if not, someone else can use it, but I'm sure we'll use a bit of it. And I could have pitched out here somewhere, but I thought, if this Bothy's here, why set up pitching when I can just come over here, cut some firewood, and we're ready for the night. And you know, it's 3:45. We've done a lot of trekking. I don't know how many miles. I have to check in a minute, and I'll let you know. But I thought it'll be busy. You know, there'll be people here. No one. And it's in quite a decent state. So all I've got to do is get water, cut wood, get water, and we're ready for the night. And look, they can have their fire. Oh, you can dark. Right, that's what I'm going to do. 5:20, get the fire started before it gets dark. It gets dark about 6:30, somewhere around there. So let's get some heat in the room, because it's quite cool in here. Stone buildings in it. So we've got enough to keep us going for a while. Take the chill out of the room, and we'll see what we go from there. But I'll get the dogs settled in a bit. I just want them to dry off before I put the beds down. Lie down, you. Lie down. Flax. Stella's stiff. Check the mileage. We did 12.7 miles. That's a lot. Didn't realise we'd done that much. It shows. So she's going to be stiff. But give her a good rest, and then we'll decide what we're doing tomorrow. Good morning. Still at H Hill. As you can see, got the fire going just to take the chill out. It was a very cold night. We had someone stopping in the other room, so I couldn't do much talking. I didn't do no filming, obviously. So I'm going to have a look out. I've been out earlier. It was misty. It was very damp. It was very cold. So let's have a look. Let's see what it's like now. Excuse the bumping around. Can you see? That's how Stella is, because we did a lot of miles yesterday. There you go. Oh, that's bad. So sorry if I bounce you around there. So peaceful. Don't look like it was cold, but it was freezing last night. I think, I've got to be honest, I think it's this Bothy. This Bothy's always a cold Bothy. And we're in a little bit of valley here anyway. So, plan of today. I've done all that area and I can't go around the area I wanted to go because it's too high. So what I thought I'd do is go back down and skirt and go around. There's a nice track, I'll be able to do some cycling. And then come right round and probably end up back at Glen Pean. The reason I'm doing that is Stella did 13 miles yesterday. And she was very stiff last night and a bit stiff this morning, so I want to be easy on her. So what I might do is go back to Glen Pean and use that as a base camp and just go scouting and take photos and kind of just being lazy. The other choice I could do is go to the loch and just sit on the loch in a tent, but then that would become boring for 2 days. Yes, I could explore around from there, but why throw up the chance of a good bothy if I've got a bothy? That's probably not being used that much, because I was surprised how this only had one visitor last night. A lady did come around earlier, but she wasn't stopping. She was going to push on. She's on the Cape Raft Trail as well, and she's pushing on towards Sowleys. And the guy last night, he's on the Cape Raft, and he's doing exactly the same. But he set off about 6:15. I got out at 7. It's now 7:50. I've got the fire. I just wanted to take a chill out room because it was all my clothes, even though they weren't wet, they actually felt wet because it was that cold in there. And my boots. Stella, leave that. I don't know what it is. Leave. Sorry, they're picking something off the ground. So as I was saying, yeah, what I want to do is just explore and be lazy and enjoy the next 2 days. The plan was to push around there. I didn't tell you yesterday, we went through some terrible bog and terrible marshland, and we trekked quite a way in, you know. I didn't realise until I got back. I mean, it's only about 3 or 4 miles from the picnic area to here. So we did some real trekking yesterday in. But I didn't realise I got carried away, got into the, into the zone. And as I say, that was pushing Stella too far. I like to keep it around the 10 mark at most, you know what I mean, for Stella. So, right, I've got to finish packing. I've had my coffee, I've had my breakfast, got to brush my teeth, wait for the fire to burn out and sweep round and just tidy up. And then, as I say, we'll go back across. We might go up and down the trail all the way round. And the reason I'm doing it is because there's a couple of entrances to trails that go over the tops, which I can do another time when I've got a backpack, and sadly Stella's not with us, you know what I mean, when it's just me and Rebel. There's no way I can take her over these tops at her age now. It'd be pushing the limits for her. Right, let's finish the tidying up. 5 to 9. Just wait for the fire to die out. Dogs have been fed. I've swept up. Pretty tidy, much better than when I swept all this muck out here. There's a load of muck in here. This room isn't too bad. There's some firewood there for people. So I didn't use this room, but it's in a tidy state. So another tent. But anyway, it's tidy. You know, not in a terrible state for someone to move in. Quick sweep if they really want to be over clean as such. The sun's coming out. I'll take this jacket off in a bit because we'll be in the sun. And hopefully it'll warm up. Lubed the bike chain and all that because it was covered in muck. I washed it last night. I mean, it looks clean, but the muck was up to about here. So, giving you a quick rundown on the bike while I'm here. Taking off a handlebar roll and just put the normal alt lib, is that right? Pouch. It's an accessory pouch that goes with the handlebar roll. But I'm using that by itself, and that's sufficient to put all your gear in that you need quickly, like spoon. I've got mask, you know what I mean, there's some hand warmers, gloves, all kinds of stupid things. And what I also do on the front of the bike, you see these kangaroo pouches. Oh, I've got to tighten that one up. These are Revelet design kangaroo pouches. They just wrap round with Velcro. Now, obviously if you put anything heavy in them, they're going to start sagging. So what I've also done is put a little plastic tie clip to hold it to the mudguard, so it doesn't drop down. But don't put anything heavy in if you think of this idea, because obviously they'll just slide down and start hindering the brakes and all that. But what I've got in there, in one side I've got toilet roll, hand warmers again, candle, accessory pack, you know, for anything like if a tent pole breaks, patches, sewing kit, things like that. And in the other one I've got a chamois for the dogs to dry them off. I've got water filter pouches, you know, the platypus ones, 2 litre ones, and I've got the water filter, and I'd have something like fire starters, a little handful of fire starters in a plastic bag. So all the things you need. Middle kangaroo pouch again, because it doesn't move, you know what I mean. I've got to tighten a few clips there, I've just seen that's loose from yesterday. That's for the bike pump. But anyway, going back to the pouch, in there I've got my cook set. So I've got, like, at the bottom I've got my pot that I can use on open fire or actually on the gas stove. I've got a cover, a windscreen, just in case we are out tenting. And I've also got a great big gas canister, because for 4 days you're going to need a lot of gas. Top one, I've got binoculars, really miniature ones. That's the luxury item for me. And car keys in there, so I don't forget, and a wallet with my ID, just in case I happen to fall off some of it and no one knows who I am. Very big bottle here, really handy, that really works. And I use a square one in a round pouch, and for some reason it holds really well in it. And I normally use that with diluted orange squash, or I will use the energy tablets, sorry, that replace salts and all that, glucose and all that. In this one I've got oil lube, a plastic spork, tablets for Stella, trying to think, oh, midge net as well, just in case I need it, and some odds and ends, nothing massive. Centre pouch, on one side I've got some tent pegs and something else I can't remember, something stupid, I can't remember what it is. Oh, a cable tie clips, just in case anything breaks off and gets loose, I can cable tie quickly and repair. Stella, don't drink that water. On this side I've got all my electrics, so I don't know if you're getting that because the view ain't that bad. But anyway, on there I've got battery packs, torch, oh, my dogs are stupid. They're drinking dirty water out of a dirty container. But anyway, a lantern, little lantern, portable lantern, it's only a little round thing. I'm trying to think what else. Camera batteries, spare leads, some other batteries, and an emergency GPS system that I've got up here, Garmin, that I never ever use, but with spare batteries, that if I do get lost for some stupid reason or disorientated, something like that, I can always plug that all in, you know, and get that going. Here is where my personal locator beacon is. It's easy to reach, I can just reach in there and grab it out. I know it looks weird, but you could easily pull it out. So I know where that is in emergency, so I don't have to think, you know what I mean? And that's all that's in there. Obviously, toolkit for the bike here. That's got every kind of toolkit, spare inner tube, but I won't be pulling these off. Trust me, these tyres are sods to get off. Obviously, these tyres are running tubeless. I've got a tubeless repair kit, you know, the plugs. So everything bike related tools is all in there. And then in these, what I normally do is put food in one with some mixture of clothes, and then the other one I put bedding, like all the mat, you know, the rab bivy bag, and I'm trying to think of anything else. Oh, if I'm doing Bothy, and I put Bothy slippers in there, you know, so I have all them kind of bits. And what I carry normally in my pack that I've got on my back is the dog food, because I know that's going to get light. Sometimes extra of my food, like I might have rolls, I might have some chocolate, I might have some cake, something like that in some bags. Because again, I know that's all going to be eaten really quick over the next few days, and my pack is just going to get extremely light. Obviously, tent goes on the top here. I'll talk more about that if I get to use it. If not, I'll wait till next time I get to use it. I put a bungee cord to hold everything together, and under one I put my gloves if I need to use them. These are like all-purpose military gloves, you know what I mean, so I can do anything with it. And normally if I take my cap off, I put my cap off under there. Again, nothing's going to fly off, drop off or break or anything like that. My bottles, I put really strengthened orange squash, because I know, I don't touch them. What I know is that when this one weakens, because I've drank it or whatever, I can weaken these by putting some in there and then mixing it with water. So I've got a constant, nice drink, you know what I mean, rather than just drinking straight water. And I've always got fluids. I'm carrying plenty of fluids on me, so even if I'm stuck or somewhere where, I mean, obviously in Scotland you've always got water somewhere, but you know, instead of filtering when you're tired or anything, I've always got some fluid on me. I found that when I was having a full bag here, you know what I mean, a full centre frame bag or whatever, that I was just carrying extra gear that didn't need to be carried, so it was wasting my time. The camera that I'm filming with clips onto a Capture Peak clip on the pack, and I use my phone for taking snaps for like Instagram, things like that. But what I'm doing now with this camera is doing mainly videoing, and hopefully it's all going to come out well. I'm learning. Bike pump, as you saw, is already on there. On the bike you'll see clipless pedals, but that's because I was using clipless when I was riding it at home around the local tracks because it's much easier. I couldn't be bothered taking the pedals off and putting them on, taking them off, putting them on, you know, swapping the bikes all the time. So I thought I'd give it a go, and the thing I found, it was a great benefit. These pedals, because they're smaller and the way the actual frame is shaped, I'm not catching my leg when I'm pushing the bike. You know, there's always that pain in the backside when you're going over some terrain. All of a sudden, I caught my leg once, I think, yesterday, out of a whole day's hiking. So that's a bonus. In the past, with the trek, I used to have to dodge the pedals when I was walking, which made me walking at a stupid angle. You know what I mean? Which was making things harder. So that's been a bonus. Riding it yesterday, when I was riding along the top tracks and all that up here, I found it fine. Yes, it's a bit weird though because it's a smaller pedal and you ain't got so much grip. But for what I need it for, because I'm not going great big rides, you know what I mean? I'm just using it in bursts because obviously for Stella and all that. But I was finding the pedals were working fine. Just takes some getting used to. But that's covered basically everything. I'm trying to whittle it down. I don't know how much it weighs, but as I say, going back to the original point, when I had a handlebar bag, I found that yesterday when I was lifting over some of the obstacles, rotten trunks and swamp and boggy areas, it wasn't half as hard because I didn't have as much weight. And as I say, the main aim is keep these pouches for the little stuff, light stuff, that toilet paper's in one of them as well. You know, all the stupid things you are not going to weigh anything, but do take up room if they're in a pack or bag or whatever. And I find it's working. So as I say, I will tweak and tweak. You also see no more DJI Action GoPro or whatever, you know, any of them kind of devices. I used to use it, but I found it was a waste of time. What I will probably put on there is a trip computer, like a Garmin trip computer, so I don't have to keep checking on my phone. It'd be nice to just be able to look on the screen, touch screen or whatever, and have a look at it and see how many miles. Because yesterday, that would have been handy because I would have kept an eye on the mileage and realised I was taking Stella too far. I don't want to be doing 13. I'll kill a poor girl off at her age, you know what I mean? But it'd be good. I can keep and monitor the mileage and go, whoa, I'm going too far or doing too much at the moment, you know what I mean? As I say, tyres are tubeless. The bike I bought it as it is, you know what I mean? The only thing I've done is put on the packs and the pedals, you know what I mean, and all the frame gear. But, I put the mud guards on as well. But the tyres are Michelin Wild AM, and as far as I know, they've been fine. I've not had any issues with them. So-and-so's to get on to do tubeless, you know, put them on the actual wheels. It took me about an hour and a half to get them on. Not the front one. The front one went too bad, but the rear one I was fighting. That's why you don't want to be, you know what I mean, changing no inner tube in these conditions. You never get it off. Your hands will be slipping everywhere. I don't know why they're drinking that stupid jam. There's a jam jar over in the corner they've been drinking that. So I think I've covered everything. So I hope that helps. So it might give some out. The kangaroo bags, these two on the front and one underneath, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant bags. So suggest anyone interested in getting them. Because you see, normally you would have the cage with a gorilla bag, or you'd have a Blackburn outpost frame, steel cage with the straps. I found they were useless. The straps weren't long enough. The idea was good, but the straps weren't. You couldn't get much in, and if you wanted to carry a bigger bag, then you'll start. These two, brilliant, and the roll tops and everything, so it's so easy to get in. You know what I mean? as I say, I've got to tuck that out of the way. I don't want that catching on anything. But do that in a minute. So I think that's covered everything. I'm just waiting for this fire to go out. It's going to be another nice day, I think. So yeah, plan is scout round and see where everyone. I see people in the distance when they're walking. I've never done it, so let's have a look, see what the views are like over there. Right, check this fire.